less than a year and a half later, this dude is the head of AI.
He will I would estimate in the next 3 years, he will 10x his salary. Gotta get
I got a
started
real
now.
life story, Ralph. So there was a gentleman.
Mhm,
I'm not gonna share his name. There's a gentleman, and I saw he had something, and he was fresh out of school, and he was put in an opportunity, and kind of he was a service desk help desk guy, and he was put in a situation to work with the leaders, and I'm like, okay, well, when leaders, you could deal with some of everything, right? Wireless, network, blah, blah, blah. So I invested in him. I'm like, hey, man, I got some learning credits with Cisco. I'm going to send you to get this basic networking and, training. He had something, right? Well, the organization, um, a few years later, start moving into this, kind of AI space and start doing these campaigns to can you find something to make more efficient. Well, this guy jumped all in. Now he's again in terms of technical rank, he was considered, you know, service desk,
mhm,
that kind of job in terms of the technical stack, right? Hierarchy,
mhm,
you starting
mhm,
at you starting,
mhm,
so this guy goes all in on that, right? Opportunities. He's like, I'm gonna try this, try that. And next thing you know, I get an email, hey, we have this internal AI project, and he's kind of the face of it. He's leading it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's neat, and so he included me because I was a early sponsor for him. So I'm giving him feedback. Yeah, I
mhm,
think it's great. It was a little slow here, or I searching here, I
mhm.
didn't get this, blah, blah, blah. Bro, um, less than a year and a half later, this dude is the head of AI.
I know who
I
you
know
talking
you know
about.
who I'm talking about, and all I could say was,
Yeah,
first of all, it was his hunger, right? I saw he
yes.
was hungry from the beginning, and
Mhm,
and so, I saw that, and I'm like, I wanna invest in him. But also too, there was some benefit to me because I know he was addressing the higher ups. The more information I can get to him, the less that's gonna come to
mhm.
me. So
Right, right,
I talk about this all the time. It's exchange of value. So I'm gonna
right,
help
that's right.
you help me, help you.
Mhm. That's right,
So
that's
as a
right, right.
result of that, that kind of start of his journey, right? And
Mhm.
again, this
Terry,
go ahead.
do you realize you changed the trajectory of his life? He is never gonna leave AI. Now, I know who you're
Mhm.
talking about 'cause he's a good friend of mine
Mhm.
too. He's never gonna leave the AI industry, and he is so far ahead of his
Mhm.
peers, like, they don't even know what's
No.
happening right now,
No. They don't.
right? When you could take on a title,
Yes, he got a
when you
title,
start
dude.
getting a
It's the
title
head.
that says head of
Yeah.
AI, I'm trying to tell you, he will I would estimate in the next 3 years, he will 10x his salary, right? Because he saw the opportunity and you like, you pushed him in that direction and, now he sees like this is the future. Yeah, yeah, and this is available to
Yeah, to
anybody
anybody.
right now.
Yeah. And
I
he
and
took a
to and
risk.
let's just
He took a risk, man. He was like, this is important to me. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna
yeah,
be honest with you. There are folks who are like, I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why he's getting the opportunity.
mhm,
Well, he's getting the opportunity
mhm,
because he was hungry,
yeah,
right?
that's
He
right,
showed passion.
that's
Let
right,
me use a better word,
that's
right?
right,
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry. We had basketball this morning, so I'm using those. I'm using those sports terms. How hungry are you? Go get it. All righty. He had passion. I'm sorry
Yeah,
for him. So
yeah, 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 no, that's good, man, that's good, yeah. If you, yeah, yeah, no, I think I have to sit back and smile when I think about it 'cause you're right. He was very passionate,
yes,
and he
yes.
definitely was never lazy, always wanted to go get it, and now it's paying off for him, and, Yeah, I know that he's gonna do well, so
For
that's
sure.
that's
And it's
awesome
just a
story.
story, right, that shows that if you embrace it, it can
Mhm.
change your trajectory, right? Everyone's going to be a
It
little
can.
different, right? But again, if you
Mhm.
embrace it early, right?
Mhm.
He was an early
Mhm.
embracer of it.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's so
Yeah.
so the
And
stories
and
just just get it early. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
no, no, but to your point, right? We are in this moment in history right now where it's still optional,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
But
great
if you go
point.
get it, you're gonna stand out.
Yes.
There's gonna come a time in history where it's not
Yes.
optional
Yes. It's gonna
anymore.
be VMware.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna be
be
VMware.
yeah, all over again, right? And it's gonna be a part of everybody's
Yeah,
job. And if you want to have your job, you're gonna have to know how to do this. Well, the opportunities to take those advancements, those leaps forward really quickly, those are gonna be gone. Right now is the time to leverage that, that technology to make those big changes in your career, right?
for sure.
So yeah, yeah. And another pro tip, shout out to Gary because we were talking this week, and he said, "Hey, that pro tip you gave me about using a feedback loop in AI that really helped me out." I just wanted to reiterate again, right? So AI's first answer is probably not going to be the 100% correct output that you want. You have to learn how to make it give you feedback on what you told it to produce. Right? So if you said, "Hey, I want you to do this and I want it to look like that," and it gives you an output, you don't just take that as face value. A pro tip is the next thing you ask it is, "Okay, I want you to give yourself feedback based on what I asked you to do." 9 times out of 10, it'll say, "Oh, you know what? I forgot that. I forgot that," because AI is not perfect, right? But by incorporating those feedback loops into your prompts, into your questions, into your interactions with AI, you will drive to a solution that is
Yeah.
perfect. If
So
that
yeah,
makes
I
sense.
got a real life example, right? So I'm watching a football
Mhm.
game last week. I think it was what was the big game last week? Was it Georgia and somebody? What was the big game last week? It's the
Y
Saturday night game.
College
Yeah,
or
college.
NFL?
The Saturday night game. I think it was
I
yeah, I
didn't
think
catch
it
it.
was gosh, I forget who it was. But anyway, so I'm watching it, right? And so this commercial comes up about the NIL and about some bill or act that they want us to sign, right? It's about let's make it fair. And I'm like, I think I know what that's about. So of course, I go to the assistant. Hey, can you give me a breakdown of what the blah 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 bill is that they're talking about that's in the Senate or they want us to vote for? Yeah, so I get all this feedback, right? And they're giving me the way they're giving me the information is in a manner that um that's a it's not giving me it in a non-biased fashion. So I keep talking to it and I'm like, "Hey, why are you giving me the information with this tone?" "Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I need to give this in a non
Mhm.
pro or against
That's good.
manner." You know what I told him? I
Yes.
said, "It's too late. You've done it already." Because look, I may lose some friends on this. I'm pro athlete when it comes to NIL, right?
Uh,
Because
uh, yeah.
I know the firsthand. You may
Mhm.
say they getting. Yeah, I don't want to. Anyway, let me just get off
Mhm.
myself. Anyway, I'm like, hey, can I just get the information? It was like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Let me give it to you in a more neutral position. I'm like, thank you. I just want the
You know
information.
what? That's a fantastic example, especially now with, our country being so
Yeah,
polarized, the left or
yeah,
the right, for this and
yeah,
against that, and you don't know exactly what to believe and what not to believe. You can utilize this tool to get yourself some facts, right? To Terry's point, you got to tell it, hey, I don't want your response to be for or against. I just want it to be purely the facts and help me understand this, so you can get some clarity amongst all the
yeah,
noise that's actually
yeah.
out there. I think that's
Yeah,
I think
and
that's a
and it's here's
fantastic
the
example.
right because the one thing we want to have is get the data because you also too you got to understand this right. It's going out and pulling data from sources that may have an opinion either way. You don't want the
That's right.
opinions. You just give me the facts as they've been stated, And
Yes.
then what I will do is draw a conclusion from
Mhm.
what I'm receiving. Well, in the same way, hey, give me information about what Cisco is doing in terms of these data centers. Now, what I do know in terms of that, and so Ralph, to your point on that, is I had the pleasure, and thanks to Cisco and some of our other partners, to attend Cisco Live this past year. The data centers that you're talking about,
Mhm.
these are highways specifically for nothing else but AI. I mean, rows and
That's
rows
right.
and rows of GPUs, right?
That's
To
right. That's right.
process super highway. They're talking about, I'm telling let me remember. I have to remember my data on this, but you're talking about these are not like I remember 100 gig. These chassis are
Yeah.
100 gig ports
Yeah. Throughput.
throughput.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not a
Yeah.
gig,
Yeah.
we were excited about 25 gig, 10 gig. No, this is a 100 gig, right?
Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
single, but they're um um
Dual?
binded together,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
amount of traffic, the amount of data that's gonna be piped through these data centers, man,
Yeah.
it's gonna pull as much power as a city.
Yes. Yeah. And just a quick shout out, selfless plug. Terry, you remember back in, man, I don't know, this had to be like 2006. I was like, Terry, I got this
I
idea for
remember
this
that. I think
distributed
about it
computing.
all the time. You were on it, bro. Yes.
I
Yes.
had this idea of distributed
Yes.
computing back in
Yes.
2005,
Yes.
2006. I just didn't know what to do
Yes.
with it. And here we are
Yes.
today,
Yes.
and that's exactly
Yes.
what they're doing
Yes.
with
You know what you
AI.
said? You said T. I remember like I said, you said T. We gotta build something where compute, storage, networking is all in one chassis. Of course, there's been iterations of it, right? I think the best at the consumer or the enterprise level at this point, I think, is Nutanix. I think they were doing it the best. I think here recently,
Mm,
but yes, but
mhm.
you had that into because remember you took it to what was the guy at oh gosh who we had gotten our one of our chassis from who Chris used to work for. What was the name of that company? And you took it to the
Uh,
CTO, remember? Because
yeah,
he was a
yeah,
musician
I
too.
did.
You took that
Yeah,
idea
I
to him.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were there,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You were there
yeah,
years.
yeah. I was,
You were 20 years ahead.
I distinctly remember saying, what if we just had a whole rack of nothing but
Yes,
CPUs
I
by
remember
itself?
that.
Right, and a whole rack of nothing but memory
I
by itself and
remember that.
distributed and then something controlling
I
it all.
remember that.
So, just wanna make I didn't invent the internet, but I did have that idea.
Ralph, hey, again, I'm a witness. I remember
You the only witness, yeah,
I
because
was
you're the
there
only
because
person I
we were
told
in
it
the
to.
we were I see it. I see that man, that conversation comes to me a lot. I'm like, Ralph was onto this.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
That's
But
crazy,
look,
yeah.
guys, again, right? This is all about jumping in when we are in the infancy right now of Gen AI and moving on to agentic. We'll get to that because I got a guy I want to bring on here when we start talking about
Mhm,
agentic. And he's doing some things with a platform out there, man, that is, I mean, just revolutionary. And when they talk about people are building apps with AI,
mhm,
they are,
mhm.
and these are not technical people. They just have an
Yeah,
idea. So here's the
yeah,
beauty of what and I think we used this on the first episode. We said AI can supercharge your idea.
yes.
That's
Yeah,
it will supercharge it. And if
yeah,
you can think of it,
yeah.
there is a platform out there that will help you realize it sooner.
Hey, if we had AI back when I had that idea, you and I'd be millionaires right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, there was just no way to get that to,
Yeah.
fruition, right? It was
Yeah, it was
just
hard to conceptualize. Yeah,
conceptual,
it was conceptual,
Yeah,
but to
yeah,
move it
yeah,
from a
yeah,
conceptual
yeah,
to and be
yeah, like a
connected
prototyping, yeah.
into those
Mhm,
because here's the deal, right? And here, Ralph, I think this really kind of brings us to why we're doing what we're doing is
mhm,
it's about access, but access starts first with information and understanding where to go, right? And so this platform that we've created is about creating a access to these platforms and areas that we traditionally didn't have understanding or knowledge of, right? Just because
Yeah.
we weren't in those circles. Well, God has blessed us
Mhm.
to be at the table. God has blessed us to get favor with different persons, right? I'm able to do what I'm doing today with Lyft. Like, man, I remember when I launched Lyft Life Technology, and all I could think is, how am I going to get? I know the technology, but how do I get in front
Mhm.
of people? God allowed me to connect with the right people. So now that I'm
Yeah.
connected with those people, I can connect you with those people through the information.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes, yes, so
Ralph has
good.
connected with people, so now we're connecting you to those people through the information. We're not giving, "Hey, John, this is Mark." We're not
Mm.
necessarily giving
Mhm.
you that face, not to say that we can't, but what I'm saying is,
Right.
what we're doing is giving you information to get to the places, right? Whether it's a methodology, whether it's a way of thinking, whether it's
Mhm.
a concept on networking, right? And we point
Mhm.
you in those again, we were trying to use the little resources we had, the people we knew, and
Right.
it was hard to get it off the mat, so to speak. So
Mhm. Nah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So, just in closing, we do want to encourage a mindset of experimentation and iteration when working with AI. Right? Hit it with any question you have. Nothing is off the table. Right? Put it out there, see what it comes back with. Remember that your interaction with AI is a continuous iteration, right? I've always said that, the speed in which the society evolves has been based on how fast information has been able to spread across the world, right? Let's just go back to, biblical days. People had to write stuff on scrolls. Well, how did other people, on the other side of the country get that information? Those scrolls had to be carried, right? Copied, hand copied, right? So society evolved as fast as the information could
mm,
move. When the internet came, now you had information moving from one side of the world to the other in seconds. Whereas it may have taken months or maybe even years for books and stuff like that to cross the
right,
ocean,
right,
right?
right.
Now information is moving at the speed of light. Well, now it's moving even faster with AI because you're asking questions, you're getting exactly what you want in
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so our ability to evolve is speeding up, and you wanna be able to stay on the leading curve of that, right? So, again, just call to action, go to leadershipsovereignty.com/AI to get your free, AI toolkit so that you can start using this tool, in your day-to-day personal and professional life, to take advantage of the opportunity that it brings for you. Any final thoughts, Terry?
Look, man, you got the assistant in your pocket.
In your pocket.
It's in your pocket, right? Ralph was talking about the internet. We had to wait. We had to wait to get down at the
Yes.
computer, man.
Yeah,
we
right. With the
with the
dial up.
dial up, right? Right? I mean, just think about our parents. They had to wait for the newspaper.
Yes,
They had to wait like 24 hours for the next print,
that's right.
right? I mean,
That's
Ralph,
right.
I think what you shared, that information aspect is critical, right? Because think about it, right? I mean, let me walk through it just a little slower.
Sure.
It
Sure,
was
sure.
on rocks first. No, it was word
Yeah.
of mouth first.
Word of mouth.
Right. You
Yeah.
had
And
you had
the story
right. The
changed.
story that right. Then they started, man, this dude done messed up my story. Let me put this on this rock. But the problem is the person had to come, hey man, you got to come over here to the caves. You got to read.
That's right. Yeah, think about it. The Egyptians, they used to put that stuff
Yes,
all on the walls,
yes.
right? But the evolution part came when if Terry introduces a piece of information to me, I now absorb that information. I now take my own personal experiences and I build a block on top of
Mm.
that. That block didn't come until I was able to absorb the information that Terry gave me. So evolution of society went as fast as information could travel. Now I have the information in my glasses.
Yes, yes,
I'm talking to my
yes.
glasses And it's telling me, yeah, you could do this, you could do that, you
Yes,
could do that. So every time it gives me a new piece of information, I build on top of that and I create something new and I ask it another question. It gives me so that reiteration process is happening constantly, right? And things are evolving faster.
right. Yeah, guys, so
Yeah,
look, get in, Ralph, I think that is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant story about we develop as fast as the information is able to be disseminated, received, represented, and
that's
that's
it.
that iterative process over and over, because and
That's
that's
it.
essentially what learning is, right? It's the
Yes.
exchange of ideas.
Yes. Yeah. Think of the medical community, right? They have only been able to evolve medicine as fast as information has been able to travel. Because when one scientist figures something else out, they have to spread it out to the rest of
That's
the
right.
world. When somebody else figures out what that is, they build on top of it, right?
Correct.
But yeah, yeah,
Great show, man,
yeah,
today. I'm
yeah, yeah. Great
glad that
show.
we added this bonus, and this is not the end, right, for AI. This is really just the beginning. Again, as I alluded to, there's a friend that I've met over the last month who's into he's got an AI company, and they're doing some fabulous things, and we'll start, in future shows we'll talk about agentic AI and what that means.
Yes,
And
yes.
again, that's another evolution of what this technology is bringing to enhance, our experiences and enhance our exchange. So, thank you, Ralph. Great show today.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you too. All right. Take care, y'all. Thank you for listening to the Leadership Sovereignty Podcast. If this content blessed or helped you in any kind of way, support us today by subscribing to our YouTube channel, clicking the like button for this episode, and sharing this content with others that you think it will help. Until next time, stay safe, peace, and blessings.